So top three attacks we're starting to see now are the password spray attacks, right? So when we look at this, you're saying, hey, the attack's coming in, they're using a dictionary attack. They're hitting the same password might go to my account, might go to Conrad's account, and David's account, Sean's account, whoever it may be, and it goes down that list, and it hits up on the next word, and it goes right through. Remember, they've got all the time in the world to try to guess your password, right? And it only takes once and they're in and they've got you. So make sure you've got those strong passwords out there. That also helps out with the phishing attacks and trying to make sure that your credentials aren't compromised. So with phishing, there's about 5 billion emails that the Office 365 system alone has blocked so far in 2018. Of that, in just August of 2018, we identified there were 44 million risk events. And what do we mean by that? That means that, hey, phishing came in, someone clicked on that, number one, and number two, they might have put in their credentials, right? So we might see impossible travel situations by me logging in where I sit in my home office on the East Coast, and maybe an hour later, someone else logging in with those same credentials on the West Coast of the US, right? It's things like that that we identify as risk events, and you can see the numbers are astounding, right? So then we see also breach replays that come into play. People grabbing credentials from the dark web and trying to use those same credentials to get into your account in Office 365 or whatever other accounts you have out there. But phishing is by far the big one that we're seeing a problem with, right? So of the phishing, there's one number to call out in this slide here. When a phishing campaign comes through and it lands in your users' inboxes, within the first 5 minutes, through our telemetry, we see that 20% of those are clicked on. That's pretty concerning, right? 20% of your users will click on that within the first 5 minutes, right? So you can't be reactive. You've got to be proactive to prevent these from coming in, and you've got to take some education steps as well. Okay. But let's look at a few examples just real quick of what these phishing emails will look like, right? So I've got one up here on the screen. This looks really good. Well, they're taking the Office 365 branding and they're sending something through. Hey, please confirm your password. Looks real to me. You click on the link, they've got your credentials, right? Look at this one. Okay, so say someone's compromised your account and they're looking to compromise even more. Well, they know that maybe you've got a DocuSign, something, you're buying a house or something, and you're expecting this to come through. This looks very real. You click on it, put in your credentials, they're in, right? Here we've got another one from Dropbox. I'm sharing a file with somebody. This looks very real as well. Look at the branding behind this. It looks legitimate, all except for the website itself. Notice it's HTTPS. I don't have a cert warning on here. They're getting certs for these now. And then of course you've got the Office 365 login portal. This looks very real, again, except for the link. And it takes a trained eye to be able to look at these and identify them as they come through to say, hey, wait a minute, there's something fishy, no pun intended, about these emails.